Welcome to Gossip Guide, your ultimate source for anything celebrities. Please subscribe and click the bell button for insights if you are new to my channel. When you hear the name Hayley Kiyoko, you might think of bright neon lights, bold music videos, and an unapologetically queer voice in pop music. But behind the stardom, behind the nickname her fans lovingly gave her, Lesbian Jesus, is a story of struggle, silence, and fierce determination. Hayley Kiyoko was born on April 3, 1991, in Los Angeles, California. From a young age, she was drawn to performing, dancing, acting, and singing came naturally to her. But like many queer kids growing up, Hayley felt like she didn't quite fit in. In interviews, she's spoken openly about feeling different, about hiding her identity, and battling with confusion and fear. As a teenager, Hayley began working in the entertainment industry. She was cast in commercials, landed roles on TV, and even joined a girl group called the Stunners. It all looked glamorous on the outside, but internally, Hayley was struggling. She was coming to terms with her sexuality in a world that, at the time, didn't make much room for openly queer pop stars, especially queer women of color. She once described the moment she realized she was gay as overwhelming and isolating. Instead of celebrating that discovery, she felt terrified. The media didn't offer many role models. Queer women were either erased, fetishized, or hidden altogether. And for someone trying to make it in Hollywood, the message was clear: stay in the closet if you want a career. But Hayley couldn't stay silent forever. Music became her therapy, her way of processing her identity. She began writing songs about the girls she had crushes on, about the heartbreak, the longing, and the joy of loving women. And with every lyric, she reclaimed a piece of herself. In 2015, Hayley released her breakout single Girls Like Girls. The music video, which she co-directed, told the story of two teenage girls falling in love, without shame, without tragedy, just pure, real emotion. It wasn't just a song, it was a statement. And the internet took notice. Fans from around the world flooded her inbox with messages of thanks. They saw themselves in her. For many, it was the first time they'd seen a queer love story told so openly and beautifully in pop music. Girls Like Girls went viral, and Hayley earned a new nickname from her fanbase, Lesbian Jesus. But while the support from fans was growing, the music industry wasn't always so welcoming. Hayley has been candid about how hard it was to get her songs on the radio, how executives pressured her to make her music more marketable, which often meant less queer. She was told that writing about women would alienate listeners. But Hayley stood her ground. She once said in an interview, "If I don't tell my story, who will?" And she was right. Her visibility was, and still is, a beacon for so many queer youth who crave representation. Her debut album Expectations, released in 2018, was a powerful, personal statement. Songs like Curious and What I Need weren't coded, they were clearly, proudly queer. And fans loved it. The album charted on Billboard, and Hayley's live shows began selling out. Her impact was undeniable, but with visibility came new challenges. Hayley faced online hate, industry pushback, and the constant pressure to be a spokesperson for an entire community. As someone who deals with anxiety and depression, the weight of those expectations sometimes became too much. There were moments when she felt like giving up, when the pain of being misunderstood, judged, or dismissed felt unbearable. But she kept going, not just for herself, but for every fan who found courage in her voice. Over the years, Hayley's work has expanded beyond music. She's acted in films and TV, co-directed many of her own music videos, and used her platform to advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and mental health awareness. Her honesty, both in her art and her interviews, continues to resonate. In 2022, she released her sophomore album Panorama. This project showcased not only her growth as an artist but her journey as a human being. It was introspective, emotional, and raw, proof that Hayley wasn't afraid to evolve, to be vulnerable, and to keep pushing boundaries. She's also spoken out about the industry's double standards, calling out how queer women are often overlooked in favor of straight or queer-baiting artists. Through it all, she's remained authentic, choosing truth over comfort, and connection over fame. Hayley Kiyoko isn't just a singer. She's a pioneer, a risk-taker, a queer icon. The title Lesbian Jesus might have started as a meme, but it's become something deeper, a symbol of hope, healing, and resilience. For every queer kid who was told to stay silent, Hayley turned up the volume. For every fan who felt invisible, she held up a mirror. And for every person who's ever struggled with identity, she proved that living your truth is the most powerful rebellion of all. Her journey hasn't been easy. It's been filled with rejection, heartache, and uphill battles. But through it all, Hayley Kiyoko chose authenticity. And in doing so, she carved out a space in pop culture where queer stories could shine. So the next time you hear her music, or see the words Lesbian Jesus trending, remember, it's not just about a catchy song or a cool nickname. It's about representation, it's about resistance, and it's about love. Because Hayley Kiyoko didn't just find her voice, she gave one to millions.